Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Candid Campbell. I'm your host Olivia Hoff, and we are joined again by none other than Candid Campbell himself.
Oh, thank you.
So how have you been?
Good, good. And hope everybody is preparing for a good holiday season with Passover and Easter.
Me too. I can't wait for the weekend. Recently, there has been a change to the alcohol policy. So what exactly are the changes?
The changes are pretty much a clarification of things that we're already doing. If you look at them, many of the changes were things like just reaffirming that if you're 21 and you can't purchase alcohol for minors, or that we can't have parties in the residence halls, just making things clearer.
Yeah.
And there really weren't any major different changes. The one thing we did change that is really to our hazing policy. We went the maximum penalty from a level 2, which is suspension, to a level 1, which is the possibility of expulsion.
Oh, wow.
And we know that hazing is something that we don't want to have, and if, depending on the seriousness, we wanted all the options available to us.
Oh, great. Okay. Now, how often is the policy updated?
Well, we look at it every year. You know, the policy as it exists now really came out of the President's task force, which focused on personal responsibility and safety for our students. And it happened in 2007, in the summer of 2007, we got together. And so really, our focus really is on the safety of our community, and lots of things happen. So we look at it every year. We take a look at what we're doing and how it works. We look at any changes in the law, and we update it that way. Okay,
great. So now, how do you decide that changes have to be made?
It really comes from a lot of input from our RAs who have to enforce the policy, the public safety department. We look at what has been going on in the past year, what have been some of the issues, and that's how we make the adjustments.
Oh, okay. Well, recently, last week, we had the big Relay for Life here on campus. That was so nice. I love that whole program. It's for the American Cancer Society, for those of you who don't know, and we raised $50,000.
Yes,
so that was a pretty good turnout.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about the event and maybe the importance?
Well, that $50,000 was the amount we raised just at that event. We expect that final number to be higher.
Oh, wow.
Because, you know, last year we raised about $43,000. We ended up at $57,000. So as the credit card receipts come in, and so we hope that number will hit $60,000. It's important. It's for cancer research.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a family in the campus that hasn't had somebody touched by cancer in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So it's very important to us to be able to understand and be part of that and try to, you know, eradicate that horrible disease for families. It's a lot of planning. Heather Fischler and her committee did a wonderful job. The two Lindsays did a wonderful job putting it all together. But what's really nice is the way the community comes together. You have students, you have faculty, you have parents, all coming together to help raise money for this really worthwhile cause. And, you know, it's brought home to us by having speakers of people who are survivors of cancer. We had a student speaker, we had a staff speaker, and talk about their personal stories. And it's a pretty amazing project, and I'm so proud of our community every time we do it.
I am too, and you know, it's a fun event too. It's not even like, you know, it's one of the ones you can go with your friends and have a great time. And I'm really appreciate that we do it on campus. It's just so easy and great to get involved.
It's fun.
So, well, we have, recently the students have gotten emails from you, actually. There is a survey being conducted by the Siena University Research Institute, and we are going to take part in the assessment of service and civic engagement study, which basically means they want to see what kind of community service the students are doing and the institutional structure, you know, if it's helping or hurting or what's going on there. So can you tell us a little bit about that survey?
Sure. We want to improve. Part of our community value statements is that we believe that leadership, real leadership, is derived from service to others. And to try to be true to that value statement, we're looking at how we do community service. And we needed to get a baseline of what's actually happening on the campus. You know, what are we doing in classes? What are we doing in groups and organizations, you know, like Relay for Life and others? So what's our baseline? And is our structure supportive, or is our structure making it harder to do service? So we want to get that baseline, compare ourselves to some other national averages, so we can make improvements in our program.
That's great. Now also, there is an incentive to take this, because the survey is not mandatory. It's you can volunteer to do it, but once you take the survey, you're automatically entered into winning one of 5 $50 Visa gift cards, which I know as a college student I would appreciate a lot. So if anyone, you will see that in your emails and from Dean Campbell, and so take a look at it.
And it's important to us for the future, so really we want students to be part of that.
Oh, great. Okay, well, also on campus we have coming up the University Day, which commemorates riders' transformation from a college to a university. So that's a pretty big deal.
It is. It is. It's sort of our birthday party.
Yeah.
And it really is a wonderful thing. We give out some awards there for service and some working from there, the Nancy Gray Award. But we also celebrate who we are as a community. And I think all communities need a chance to celebrate. We wind up having a very nice meal in the past. You know, it's always a premium meal, and the faculty and the students and the staff all get together. There's always fun things. We've had mummers in the past. There's lots of things coming in. So it's always a good time to celebrate, you know, that we're Rider and we are a community.